Hello everyone and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. It has been quite a while since I have actually played this game, and the reason for that is because I've had some issues with actually getting this game up and running, but finally I have fixed it. Apparently it was just in a wrong file and needed to be moved, but we can play the game now. So let's go ahead and let's load the game. Let's see, it's been quite a while since I have actually played this. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the last couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in this club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. Move my microphone up. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. Does she not have any money? Do we have to pay for her? She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets all the contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there is one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves only one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel a little guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell them to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean it like that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you're speaking your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I deserve to accept a revolution. Retribution. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess that's the little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me some more credit. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh! Why did she just get smacked? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is that a miracle? It's because I paid my that's not even the right word. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I just was about to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it, I get it. The cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the classroom. Ugh, where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you guys up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monica. I don't, really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also like to look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I really love the chance to share once I'm done, or once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, did I miss anything? Did I? No, not really. I chose to leave Sayori's mischievous escapade out. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow has already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know, the festival's coming up. Me and Monica were just about to make some posters and stuff, so I need to find some crayons, markers, and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with them to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with them. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay, it was just a suggestion. See if you can find a poster paper too, okay? Okay, ready? Yep, let's go. Looks like Monica wants to get close to us. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind Sayori as she hums and skips through the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking care of a kid at a mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori? What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. You're not thinking about it in the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you said, the lines of the poems are like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, I look into every direction. The once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie? I'm just working super hard on this, you know. I know, I know. I just meant that it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say things like that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, the classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, huh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this, but in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more, so going adventuring with Sayori brings out a special sort of feeling that I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet, and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. They're like kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine, fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Yeah. Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls into the floor and the crayons spill over her lap. Ow! You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori, that's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Oh my god. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Where would they even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do? You don't have to. I'm fine. Looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than the drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spot before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? Siri just turned on when I said Sayori. Oh my goodness. Go away. It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump of her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. It looks like you've cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, this kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know, we used to play outside all the time. I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on things like you did, but sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would just get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out, even though it wasn't really your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If it wasn't for rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even knew it, I was treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. I- I'm glad there's nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that, so it wouldn't be fair to me to make any promises, but, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her in a deep thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it underneath my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's not too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work. Well, Sayori, I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. We'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? I want to show it to Monica. I like Monica. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not anything bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon we'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, it's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in the club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then again too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless... What does that say? I don't know what that says. A meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent. Grating. Waveforms? Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Is that not math? Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to write your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of feeling or a conversation with a reader, so putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a little difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Do you want me to save my game right now? You never know what might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Okay, are we getting some, like, foreshadowing or something? Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I have to show everyone else my poem. Oh my god, Sayori. I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too? You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so. No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something, but I don't think it's like that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be more honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I mean, you're just a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write a poem about my own stupid life? But somehow you make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It feels like I can bring more feelings through than I can with through you than I can with myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped, but being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk behind her to support her knees from shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah, I grab Sayori's arm and help her to sit on the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Battles? Bottles, that's an O. I pop off my soda like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place I like to keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and then I put a bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like the time has elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottle that bad? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. Girl, that's a little creepy, not gonna lie. That is a little creepy. Holy crap. Sayori, did you actually write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this to come from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm only so used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had this habit of getting obsessed with something before dipping it dropping it what dipping what before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help you follow. I'm just happy to help. Can I read? I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry too much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid of to be a little bit more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning off a bunch of gears. Let's try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down things that you see and hear. I cannot speak anymore, my god. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is that the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuffling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as a unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, and my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. Girl, I cannot read your handwriting. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off the cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. This raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken back to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always getting handy. Is that right? Handy? every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood? Classic what? Conditions. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. What the heck? Why are these poems so weird? I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. There's a lot more metaphors. I don't know if this is my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right, it's a bit more closer to my preferred writing style, using the poems as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't figure out what it was supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourselves? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's a little difficult sometimes, and even things make us more comfortable. After all, if I haven't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit right now, but I'm glad that you're such a good listener. And finally, Natsuki. Hmm. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. What? Phew. What? Well, anything that well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you wait, maybe that was a compliment. Good to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me one day. That's something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. So you think so? Yeah, well, I guess we've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she probably would just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we kind of each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. Who is Amy? You know what I heard about Amy? She likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not too bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was far too short, and I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that that was the best I could do. No, not of course. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt it I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with a much simpler analogies, and it helps the people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an arrogant jerk. Do you know people like this? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks about my... That doesn't matter. It can't be. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid for people to find out they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares of what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect each other's likings for weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Can I speak? Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about unusual hobbies of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you, that people shouldn't make others feel embarrassed or insecure about other things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I wouldn't say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can just put together anything good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves in front of, or instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really think we can do a last-minute preparation. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and even designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us exactly what we're going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. Yuri does not look happy about that. But the cool part is can I read? My god. But the cool part is we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. So Yuri's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. What? Where did my stuff go? Okay. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think that we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each of us put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. This is, repeating itself. I know we all do. Oh my god. My eyes are not working. Oh my god. When is this gonna get good, though? I feel like we're just kind of sitting here. I feel like there's nothing happening. I know stuff happens. I know what this game is about, but like, when does this game get good? If all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew, thanks Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I really don't have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I would not be using that kind of wording. Just you know, I wouldn't say it. Anyway, oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way, Monica. This is just too certain. Sudden? Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of the strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to find the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. This is something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the poem. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches her sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transformed into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in a structure that has enunciated with the perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to state the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Everyone looks down at Yuri for the second. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri hops up on her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do this so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reflecting it to yourself, like in front of the mirror or in your own head. If it's your poem, so it's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. I skipped it by accident. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made for a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori's. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this poem on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. I guess I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even they liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you very nicely. It might be one of the poems that wouldn't quite work well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of a gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before them. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I might as well let them lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection on what to read. I'll just go with whatever I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes fixated on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I'm finished, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Huh. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a has rhythm and rhyme to it. Like, it's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel more prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will always be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I thought it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it goes, so, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that we'll have an idea of what it is like now. Make sure you pick up a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, so let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll leave the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club, and I'm impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yup. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of elaborate, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have happened recently. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayuri fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you? Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would still walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to like going home together. I wouldn't ruin that for you. You're so silly. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so. Sayuri, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayuri to care about so much, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in time? Okay, so that is where I'm going to end today's episode. This is going to be one of those games that it takes a while to actually get into the meat of it all. So I hope you guys are enjoying so far, but next time we'll have to see what happens. You never know with this game. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!